Hey guys, this is your girl Renee from Renee's Garden Adventures, and today it stopped raining, so I'm gonna do a few gardening jobs I wanted to get done. But when Mother Nature says she gonna rain, you just say, "Okay, Mother Nature, you do your thing," and I'll wait to get some of that wonderful rainwater, and then I'll come back and continue on with my gardening duties. So I had planted two of the shishito peppers. Well, I didn't plant them. I tried to grow two of the shishito peppers, but they did not do well for me. They didn't germinate. I don't know. Those peppers just wouldn't take hold this time. So I went to Walmart and I purchased these two right here, and they were some sad looking plants, but I brought them home. I put them in some water, and now they are looking better, vibrant. I checked the bottom of the leaves. They had a little bit of, holes in them, but they still look good to me. They're starting to get some bulbs, well, buds, I should say, on them. So that's a good sign. So, and I think I paid like 4.98, just say $5. So I spent $10 on these two shishito plants right here. I'll show you. And this is what it looks like. It's shishitos right here. Sweet peppers, because I love me some shishito peppers. Once I found out how that I could grow them, and then I learned how to cook them. And also, I dehydrated these shishito peppers and used them in some of my bell pepper seasoning mixtures. These shishitos, boy, they were amazing. So if you never ever tried a shishito pepper, I highly recommend that you try to grow a shishito pepper and eat them when they are green, because when they turn that bright red, they have a little bit more of a hot flavor to them. That's just my tip, because your girl does not like hot spicy foods. So that's why I'm telling you now, because that's how I found out. But I used the ones that turn red. I put them in my seasoning blends, and that just kicked it up a notch. And it was blended with like the bell peppers and onions and stuff like that. So the hotness really didn't come out on in that seasoning mix, which I love. So I wasn't going to throw nothing away, because over here we try to use whatever we grow in some form, in some fashion. So, all right. So another thing I want to do is that I have some plants that I have back in the backyard, and it's one of those cotton plants that Q from Q Homestead sent me. So I'm going to pot that up, and then I have some bell peppers I want to get in the ground. So come on, I got my wheelbarrows cleaned out, like I told you. Me and my little junky garage out here, but I got them all set, ready to rock and roll. It's a beautiful day, so let's get out there and let's get this job done. All right, guys, so this is where I'm going to be planting my shishito peppers, one on this side and one on this side. Woohoo! So this will get put in, and then we'll work our way around, and we will see how things are going. And the tomatoes are doing really good. The what's this one? I think this is tomato. Is this? Hold up, let me see. The yellow boy right there is doing good, and then this is the better boy is doing fantastic, and this one is the brandy wine, and then this is that San Marconi. I never can say that name right. San Marconi tomato right there, which is doing fantastic. All right, let me get these shishito peppers planted, and let's move on to our next gardening job. All right, you guys, listen to the birds out here. You got barking dogs. You got birds out here chirping. You got a little bit of everything happening out here. So I'm gonna be quiet so you guys can listen to the bird sounds while I empty all this water out of these poor plants. They just a singing. You hear me, you guys? The little happy bird sounds in Renee's garden. Look at all this water. All that rain we had. And this tray doesn't have any holes in it because this is one of the trays that I use on my grow tables. And you can't say that this one, look at this. Let me show you. Let me get rid of some of this water. And then look at this. But it still looks beautiful. Look at that. Gorgeous. This poor pepper is trying to grow. And it's got little buds on it. So I'm going to plant that in a pot so it can get it together. See? I don't know if you guys can see the little buds. See? Right there. See the buds? Yep. And these two don't have anything in it. This one, I think, is stunted. See? Stunted pepper. That's all right. I'm going to plant that too. I'm going to pour this water in this flower box behind me. All right, let's get this. And we're going to plant up this cotton plant. CQ. I don't know if it turned that color because it was outside or whatever, but the ones that I have upstairs on my grow table, they are green, but these are outside ones, so they have like a little fall color to them. Half of this water probably go on the floor, but we gonna try. We gonna try. Well, maybe I should. Let me plant this one plant first, and then I can put some water in there. All right, let's get this planted up real quick. You guys see that? This is the one we're gonna plant up real quick. And I planted this on April 16th, 25. And I'm just gonna stick both these bad boys in there. Call it a day. These are going to be outside. Look at the roots. See? Roots look good on the cotton plant. Take some of the soil out. I need to go as deep as I can get it in there. All right, we gotta go deep, baby, deep. Yeah. Okay, now we're just gonna backfill it. Yeah. Might have to stake it because I don't know how big these things get, but see? That's what it looks like. Got it all planted up. Just to let it have a little bigger pot and give it a little bit more support and stability. So, hey, cotton plant, you do you. Now I'm going to put some water in here. There. All right. Should be enough water. I'm going to stick it over here by my mint plant. All right, now let's try to get this, get this thing of water done. Alright, wish me luck, you guys. You hear a lot of splashing. You know I didn't do so well. You know I didn't do so well. Alright, here we go. Whoop. I didn't do so well. I'm splashing, splashing. Whew. Come over here. Whew. At least I got it all cleaned out now. Now I can put these plants in here that I want to plant out. And this one is a squash plant. Bell pepper, bell pepper, bell peppers, bell peppers, another bell pepper, bell pepper, and I got one leek. I think I might keep that and keep that on the table. And then this one is Miss Lisa's melon. See? Still looks good though, but I'm gonna plant it out anyway. And we go see what it does. And the rest of them, this is a stunted bell pepper. So we're gonna put that out too. Alright, it is what it is. Alright, let's move on and get these planted out. Whew. Alright, you guys, so over here, I'm gonna fill up this this new raised bed that I got from Aldi's. You know, the one that I put together with the cover, and I'm not gonna put the cover on it, but I decided in this bed I'm going to plant some parsnips. Yep, because I tried to grow some parsnips in this bed over here. Remember this bed right here? They didn't do so well. So I'm going to try this bed because it looks like it might be a little bit deeper. And I know parsnips needs to be in a deep, deep bed. So we are going to give that a twirl for sure. So parsnips in this. So I've got some soil over here in my little wheelbarrow full of my stuff, and I'm going to fill it up with some of that soil that I purchased from, where did I get this from? Either Home Depot or Lowe's. I think it was from Lowe's, because you know your girl don't shop too much at Home Depot. So let's get this soil in here. Man, I've got my shovel. All right, let me go get my shovel because I want to put some of that bad soil at the bottom of this bed, and then I want to put the good soil at the top. So hang tough. Okay, let's get this soil that I'm going to take out of this wheelbarrow here, and I'm going to use that old soil and put it at the bottom of this one. All right, let's get to working because that's what it's all about. Whew. That's so much weeds. Good grief. So much weeds. I'm going to push this wheelbarrow up a little bit more because it's too far back. Got to work smarter, remember? Not harder. All right, let's see how this goes. Put old soil in here. Get rid of this soil. And then we're going to put the good soil at the top. Repurpose and reuse. And this wheelbarrow holds a lot of soil. Lots of soil. Oh, there's so much weeds. Good grief. Lots of weeds. I gotta get out here and get the weeding. Might put a tomato in here too. I don't know. Might do one side parsnips and maybe put some tomato on the other side just to see. In there. See, that's what I'm saying. You should never throw away your soil because you'll always find a purpose for it. Trust and believe that. You will always find a purpose for it. And plus, it'll save you some money on having to go to the store. Look at all these weeds and stuff that are growing in this on the shelf. You see all them weeds? I don't know what they are, but I'm not gonna have them in my new garden bed. It looked like they were pepper plants or something trying to grow. Remember, I was planting peppers in the soil last season. All right, smooth this out. Let me get this smoothed out, and then we'll move on. All right. All right. All right, you guys. So let's go check out what I planted. I thought I had hit the record button, but I guess it didn't. So I did all that planting, and you guys weren't even there with me. So this is where I planted those bell peppers that I had. Let's put some there. I put the laser pepper there. I put the red pepper here. Oh, I forgot to put this one in. Y'all can watch me while I do the orange bell pepper. Let me find my hooly, my little hory knife, and I'll be right back. All right, guys, let's get this one planted in. At least you can watch me do this one. Get all this grass out of here first. Because, grass will do nothing but take away the nutrition and nutrients from your plant. So whenever you see any kind of weed, pluck it out of there, child. Get rid of it. So we're going to get this in there. The soil has already been amended. And this is the orange pepper. So let's see. Look how it looks. Good root system. Good looking pepper. I'll plop it in there. Put some soil around it. Pat it in. Put my marker where I know what it is. Right here. There we go. I planted that one with you guys. And then I did the cayenne long, which is right here. And then I did the 2 peppers that were struggling. So I just put those in there. And those are green peppers. And then these are the 2 containers I have left. And this is a squash plant that I put in the front so it can cascade over. And then that is the melon plant that Lisa sent me the seeds. And so I got that planted in. And my sweet potatoes are looking good. All right, guys. And I still got to weed this grow bag, but that'll be on another day. All right, you guys. So with that being said, I just wanted to say this is all done. Woohoo! At least I got my bell peppers in. Now I just got to hope and pray that they grow. And look at these. This one has flowers on it. So I should be getting some bell peppers on that one and also on this lunchbox pepper. See? They got blooms. That makes me feel good. All that hard work is starting to pay off. So, need to clean up my area, put all that stuff, soil I got on the ground back into my wheelbarrow, and move on to our next item, which is I'm going to go and cut my onion tops. But I'll do a separate video for that so you guys can see how nice my onions are looking. I'm so excited about my onions. But everything over here, look at my dill. That dill is rocking out. Look at this. Let me zoom in. I'm going to have to cut my dill soon and make me some of that pickle dip. Woohoo! Dill pickle dip is in my future. All right, guys. Have a wonderful day. Have a blessed day. And Miss Renee will see you in the next video. Woohoo! Come on, Dill. Make me proud. Look at that beautiful flower over there.